My name is Ethan Miller, and this really happened when I was in 5th grade at Redwood Creek Elementary School in Ohio. I am not making this up. I still remember every sound, every smell, and every second of fear. Our school lockdown lasted 3 hours, and those hours changed me forever. It was a normal Tuesday morning in October. The leaves outside were orange and red, and the air smelled like wet grass. I was sitting in room 17 with my teacher, Mrs. Carter, who always wore sweaters with apples on them. We were working on math worksheets. I hated long division, so I kept looking at the clock, waiting for recess. At 9:12 a.m., the loudspeaker crackled. At first, it made that buzzing sound like it always did. Then the principal's voice came on. Mr. Donnelly sounded different. His voice was shaky, like he was scared. "Teachers and students," he said, "this is a lockdown. I repeat, this is a lockdown. Please follow lockdown procedures immediately." The room went silent. Mrs. Carter's face turned pale. She dropped her marker on the floor. No one laughed. No one whispered. We all knew this was not a drill. When it was a drill, Mr. Donnelly always said so. This time, he did not. Mrs. Carter locked the classroom door with shaking hands. She pulled the black curtain over the small window in the door. Then she turned off the lights. The room became dark, except for a little sunlight coming through the blinds. "Everyone," she whispered, "get against the wall. Stay low. Be very quiet." We did exactly what she said. I sat on the floor next to my best friend, Lucas Reed. I could hear him breathing fast. My heart felt like it was trying to jump out of my chest. Somewhere far away, a door slammed. Then another. The school felt different. It was like the building itself was holding its breath. 10 minutes passed, maybe more. Time felt slow and sticky like syrup. Then we heard footsteps. They were not running. They were slow, heavy. The sound came from the hallway outside our room. Each step echoed. Step, drag, step. Someone whispered, "Is that a teacher?" Mrs. Carter put her finger to her lips. Her eyes were wide. She was listening. The footsteps stopped right outside our door. I held my breath. Something scratched the door. Not a knock, a scratch. It sounded like fingernails dragging across wood. Some kids started to cry quietly. I tasted salt in my mouth because I was biting my lip so hard. The scratching stopped. Then the footsteps moved away. After that, no one spoke. About 30 minutes into the lockdown, the intercom came on again. This time, no one spoke. All we heard was static. Loud, angry static. It lasted for 5 seconds. Then it cut off. Mrs. Carter frowned. "That's not right," she whispered. We were not supposed to use our phones, but a few kids had them hidden in their backpacks. Lucas slowly pulled his out and checked the screen. No signal. Just a message that said, "No service." That made my stomach hurt. At 1 hour in, my legs were numb. The air felt thick and warm. Someone's stomach my name, but whatever came into our school that day may have already left with us. I did not tell anyone about the writing on the wall. I don't know why. Maybe I was scared they would not believe me. Maybe I was scared they would believe me. They took us to the parking lot where our parents were waiting. My mom ran to me and hugged me so tight I could barely breathe. She was crying. I could feel her heart pounding fast, just like mine. "It's okay now," she kept saying. "It's over." But it didn't feel over. As we walked to the car, I looked back at the school. Police tape was everywhere. Red and blue lights flashed against the brick walls. One of the upstairs windows was broken. I swear, for just 1 second, I saw a tall shape standing behind the glass, watching us leave. When I blinked, it was gone. That night, I could not sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard the scratching on the door again. I heard the voice saying my name. I kept my lamp on, even though my mom said the light bill would go up. I didn't care. Around midnight, my phone buzzed. I almost screamed. It was a text from Lucas. "Did you see the wall?" it said. My hands started shaking as I typed back. "What wall?" 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. "The bathroom by the gym. Someone wrote your name." My stomach dropped. "You saw it too?" I typed. A few seconds passed. "Yeah, and Ethan. I don't think it was there before." I didn't reply. The next day, school was canceled. The day after that, too. The news vans came. Reporters talked about an unknown intruder and a security issue. No one was arrested. No one was found. They said no one was hurt, but that was a lie. On Friday, Mrs. Carter visited our house. She brought cookies, but she didn't eat any. Her hands shook the whole time. "I just wanted to check on Ethan," she told my mom. When my mom went to the kitchen, Mrs. Carter leaned close to me and whispered, "Did it talk to you too?" My heart almost stopped. I nodded. Her face went white. "It knew my voice," she said. "It copied me. It tried to get the kids to open the door." I remembered the fake police voice on the intercom. The fake calm. Mrs. Carter swallowed hard. "I don't think it was a person." That night, I dreamed I was back in room 17. The lights were off. The door was open. Something stood in the doorway, smiling too wide. When I tried to scream, nothing came out. I woke up with my sheets soaked in sweat. On Monday, school reopened. Everyone acted normal, but nothing was normal. The walls had been repainted. The bathroom by the gym was closed. The principal told us we were safe now. He smiled too much. In class, Lucas slid a note onto my desk. "Do you feel watched?" I nodded without looking at him. At recess, kids whispered stories. Some said it was a man in a mask. Some said it was a wild animal. Some said it was a prank. But then strange things started happening. The intercom would turn on by itself for 1 second, just breathing, then shut off. Doors we locked would be open again. Teachers would hear their names whispered when no one was there. One afternoon, I stayed late for homework help. The halls were almost empty. As I walked past the gym, I heard my mom's voice. "Ethan, come here." It came from the closed bathroom door. My legs froze. I knew my mom was at work. The handle slowly turned. I ran. That night, I checked my phone and saw a new message from an unknown number. "You didn't open the door." I dropped the phone like it burned me. I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell anyone. The next morning, Lucas wasn't at school. His desk was empty. Mrs. Carter said he was sick, but she wouldn't look at us when she said it. At lunch, I went to the bathroom near the cafeteria. As I washed my hands, the lights flickered. The mirror fogged up, even though the water was cold. Words slowly appeared on the glass, written from the inside. 3 hours was not enough. I backed away, my heart pounding. From inside the mirror, something knocked. Once, twice. And then the bell rang, loud and sharp, echoing through the hallway, and I realized with a sick feeling in my chest that whatever had been locked inside the school that day was still counting time. And it was waiting for the next lockdown. The rest of that day felt wrong. The bell rang too loud. The halls felt too long. Every shadow looked like it moved on its own. I kept thinking about Lucas. He never missed school. Not ever. When I got home, my mom was on the phone. She stopped talking when she saw me. "Lucas is missing," she said softly. My chest felt tight. "Missing how?" "They say he didn't come home from school yesterday," she said. "The police are looking." I knew. Deep down, I already knew. That night, the power went out. The house went dark and the air felt cold. My phone buzzed again. Unknown number. He opened the door. I started crying. I didn't care anymore. I ran to my mom and told her everything. The scratching, the voice, the writing, the messages. She listened. She didn't laugh. She didn't say I was imagining things. She hugged me and said, "We're leaving, right now." We packed fast and drove to my aunt's house in another town. I didn't sleep at all. The next morning, the news reported that Redwood Creek Elementary was closed again. Permanently. They said the building had serious structural problems. But the last thing they showed on TV was a shaky video from a police body camera. It showed the hallway by the gym. The bathroom door was open. Inside, carved into every wall, floor, and ceiling, were names. Hundreds of names. Kids, teachers, staff. And at the bottom, written deeper than the rest, was one new name. Lucas Reed. We moved away after that. New town, new school, new life. But sometimes, when my classroom gets quiet, when the lights flicker, when the intercom crackles for no reason, I hear breathing and a voice that knows my name.